Blaze.
Recording. Start the video.
His life was 1,000,000 to 1 shot.
Turn this just a little bit. Got us both in the frame. Record. Recording. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna clap. What up, y'all? Welcome back. 4 weeks in a row. We did it. We're doing it big. My name's Codizi. I'm here with my boy, Mikey Blaze. This is the Twin Towers podcast. Mikey.
What up? It's Kevy Kev. Mikey Blaze. 100 viewers, not 100K viewers, but 100 viewers. Love that.
100K coming next.
100K coming next. I don't know how to handle the fame already,
it's
guys.
crazy. The fame's getting to me. Yeah,
Holy
so
moly.
episode 3, episode 1 both had 101 the last time I checked, which means not only are more people watching the newest one, but people are hitting that old shit too to see what we're all about, which is awesome. So shout outs to the fans.
And
the
if you notice, the new camera angle, it's not even a new angle, it's just a little forward.
Mike's idea. He doesn't want our legs showing, which I understand. He thinks
I don't want to be kicking
facial.
my feet around, and it's just very girly to me. But if we get 200 viewers on this episode, we'll move it even closer to the point where it keeps getting into our face.
That's hilarious.
I like that idea.
At some point, we're going to have 2 cameras set up with a split screen so that it's zoomed right in on our faces.
And a TV.
Mode.
We're just kidding. Obviously, 100 views isn't a crap ton, but it's a lot for
We're excited
for us.
about it.
Yeah,
and
we're
we started
excited.
with 60, which means that we're moving on up, moving on.
Yeah, but
up.
how do views work on YouTube? Because I'll go check the views by clicking on the video.
That might give another one. What I got to check is
so
our
it's
watch time.
probably like 30 of my views.
It's all right. It doesn't matter. The fact is, whatever we did the first round, we got 40 plus more now, which is an increase, and we can't expect that every time. But the fact that we're moving up still, to me personally, I'm just excited that we're sitting here doing it for the 4th week in a row. Like, if we get to 10 episodes in a row, I'm going to be so fucking stoked because I've never gotten past 7 or 8. Any of the times I've done an iteration of the podcast, I've always stalled out around 7 or 8. So as long as if we blow past that, keep a consistent thing going, man, that's the key, dude.
4 in a row.
I'm so stoked. It's crazy. That's like a month's worth.
That's insane. And we just started reconnecting about a month and 4 days ago. So
It's like nothing ever even changed. It's like we never left. You know what I mean? Picked up right where we left off. That's just how the Twin Towers do it. So I got to tell you something I haven't told you yet.
Yeah.
So last night I went to Maxwell Station to visit my mom. She's working there, bartending, and it's wing night, 50-cent wing night. They have really good wings, which we'll talk about a little later as well, but they have really good house sauce for their wings. So I went there, got some wings, sitting at the bar. She asked me if I want something to drink, and I went a little hard this weekend. I've been really sick. I'll touch on that too, but so I was thinking, it's Monday night, maybe give myself a little break, drink some water, give me a Shirley Temple and a water, whatever. Had my drinks, had my wings. It was great, really good. It's like a 30-minute drive out to Alcott there. So I'm coming back, and you experienced this as we were on our way to work on Sunday because I drove us to work.
Oh,
and,
no.
That light by Scapoletti's, you remember it was yellow, and I said, fuck this.
Yeah.
Went right through it. Well, same thing happened on Lake Road, right by Reed's there. Light was turning yellow. The car in front of me was going really slow. So, I went through it. I always go through yellows. That's just what I do. I go through the yellow. Sheriff pulls right behind me. I'm watching him. I know he's going to fucking pull me over. As soon as I crossed the bridge, got pulled over. Pull off to the side. He comes up to the window. I had my dash lights on. Glove compartment open. I've watched enough police body cam footage to know what to do. Made sure all the lights were on. Made sure he could see my hands. Comes up to the car. He's like, "What's up, sir? How you doing tonight?" I said, "I'm doing all right. How about you?" He goes, "Where are you coming from?" I said, "Maxwell Station. Went to visit my mom. Got some wings. Did not have a drink because I didn't. And it's a good thing I didn't because kind of poked his head in the car, tried to smell around, see if he could catch a little, whiff of any alcohol.
Got a light incense in the car.
Yeah. So I gave him my registration, gave him my driver's license. He goes, "You know why I pulled you over?" And I said, "Honestly, no, I don't." He goes, "All right, well, you blew that red on Lake Road."
But you did know, right?
I knew.
Oh, okay.
But the thing was, so he says, "You blew that red on Lake Road. It was green on my side. I watched you go right through it." Now, let me tell you something. I was in complete control, stone cold sober. There is no way that this light was green on his side. It's not possible. I might have been going through as it turned red, which, for me, a yellow light means hurry up and go through. Now I'll probably handle it differently because I don't want another fucking ticket. Spoiler alert, he goes back to his car. I'm sitting there. People are driving by looking at me and shit like that. It's always very humbling and embarrassing when that happens. Comes back to the car. He's like, all right, so here's your stuff back. And I said, look, I really apologize. You know what I mean? Like, the car in front of me was going really slow. My brakes are bad. I usually go through yellows, so if I was a little late on that, I apologize. He goes, oh, yeah, I appreciate the
so
apology.
you need to get it inspected again.
Basically. Yeah, anything you say just gets used against you. You should just not talk at all. But I knew I was getting a ticket, so I wasn't going to put up a fight and argue about it. Gives me the ticket, and I was pissed. But, as pissed as I was, because I thought the ticket was bullshit, I was very happy and thankful that I went to the bar and did not have my mom serve me any alcoholic beverages because I really avoided a potential disaster. Even if you have 2 drinks, that kind of puts you hovering around the limit. And if they smell alcohol on any level...
Right, then you get the sobriety tests. And
Needless to say, without going into details, there have been times in the recent past and beyond where... probably was around the limit, maybe a little over, and I haven't gotten pulled over. So to me, this was a blessing in disguise. It was almost like a warning. It's like, dude, don't fucking drive drunk because, if let's just say I had 2 beers while I was there, right? That probably puts me at like 0.05, 0.06, but it doesn't matter because if he smells beer, he can pull me out and do the sobriety test. Now, I've watched a million DUI videos, body cam footage. When you do those tests, you're convicted basically. Like if you do the tests, they're gonna say that you fucked them up.
I mean, I've done tests before and
I did them
got
once
out
too.
of it.
Yeah, I did them once,
but I wasn't drunk or anything. I just didn't turn my lights on. I hit a curb when I was pulling over,
so they thought you were.
Yeah.
I one time leaving Art Park, I got pulled over and I had a beer at Art Park, and they did the sobriety test on me and they let me go. But a lot of times, those things are just meant to fuck you. So luckily, I didn't have to deal with that. To me, it's a ticket. I'm going to have my legal team handle it. Might have to go to court, whatever. Not the end of the world. He shouldn't have gave me a ticket, in my opinion. He better have that dash cam footage ready because...
What's the ticket, like reckless?
Failure to obey traffic control light.
Oh, that's so fag.
So, yes, and, it was borderline. You know what I mean? It's not like I blew through a red. It's like it was turning... I gotta watch that, obviously. I don't want to be getting tickets and shit. I don't want to be getting points on my license. But for me, it was a blessing. I was at the bar. I was going to drink. I chose not to. And then, of course, I ended up getting a ticket. So it's just kind of a wake-up call.
Would you have... Here's a weird question. Would you have driven more cautiously if you did have one drink?
No. I would have... 100% of the time, I would have done exactly what I did, which is go through that yellow. Like, that's just how I'm programmed to drive. Like, if I see a yellow, I actually probably even speed up. And the car in front of me was going really slow. So it was pissing me off because I was trying to get home. They went really slow through the yellow, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, if this car wasn't in front of me, I would have got through this no problem. But, yeah, the sheriff ended up following me all the way home. Probably was thinking he could pull me over again for some bullshit or something like that. But either way, I got home, got the ticket. It's a wake-up call. Don't fuck around. Drive more cautiously, and don't drink and drive. So.
Do you remember, obviously you do, I don't know if anyone else knows this. We went out, probably like 15 years ago, we went to Tops in the middle of the night.
Yeah, to get food. We got a bunch of food, snacks and munchies.
And
we were not drinking, and we did not smoke any weed.
No, I didn't even think I had like more than... 5 beers
in your
by
life.
That time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we got pulled over, and the cop was snooping.
Looked in the back at all the groceries.
Looked at the Orange Crush.
Boys got the munchies tonight, or what? We're like, no, dude. Like, because we bought stuff to cook breakfast.
Yeah.
We bought, like, hash browns, orange juice, eggs, shit like that to make up a nice breakfast. But this was around the time I was probably 14. You were probably 17, 16.
Nah, yeah, 16 probably.
Yeah, probably
not that
15
not
and a half.
that probably
Right.
about 19.
Exactly. So we weren't doing anything wrong, but like he sees 2 teenagers in the Lumina with a backseat full of food. He assumed we were probably
in
high.
A shitty Lumina.
That Lumina was the best. I fucking love that car.
There was so much weed smoked in there.
Oh man, it was the best car ever.
Can I ask you a favor here?
Yeah.
Do you have any of that Zyn?
Absolutely.
Can I try this live on air?
Absolutely. Hold on. This is smooth flavor, so it doesn't have a taste to it, but it's my
No, I don't
favorite.
know if you do it, but I just saw it sitting there.
Oh, I do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to vape or smoke cigarettes.
Now, what is
especially
this,
with
like
bronchitis.
a pouch?
Yeah, you put it in your upper lip.
Upper decker?
Upper decker, yep. Pop it in there.
Oh,
put it in your upper
God,
lip.
this is going to... I hope it doesn't make
Just
me
leave
cough.
it. No, it will not make you sick. There's no way. You smoke cigarettes, you'll be fine. Put it right in there.
Yeah, I don't... not on...
It'd be funny if he pukes live. So Mike's first Zin, yeah, pop it right up there and just leave it there. It'll sit there nicely, and it'll...
I don't have a big enough upper deck.
You do. Everybody does. Just put it up there. Stop being a pussy.
Like right between your middle teeth?
Right up in the... like right under your nose. You got it.
All right.
So that was that. I mean, the thing is, I think all of us probably do it. We probably all drive maybe when we shouldn't be a little bit. Like, you know, you go to the bar, you have a couple drinks, you think you're fine. You probably are fine. You're probably, like you said, driving better, more concentrated. But it's not worth it. Our boy Justin Timberlake got popped recently.
Yeah.
And you got to push that up higher. I can
Dude,
see
it's so difficult. I don't have a big fucking gum.
your mustache says otherwise. Dude, I can see it. Put it up. See how you don't see it? Put it right
I'm
up
going to
there.
put it on the side.
That's fine.
Okay, there we go.
Be funny if he gets sick off that. But yeah, our boy JT got popped recently for being on all kinds of shit. It was sad to see him have his little downfall there. And it was funny, too, seeing all the comments of people. Like, half of them were, like, supporting him. Half of them was like, he's fucking reckless. Like, he could have killed somebody. It's like, yes, that is true. But, I mean, a cop could go sit by the Diamond and just wait for people to leave and pull them over.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
everybody's drunk.
That's what I mean. Like, if people are sitting at a bar all night and then they drive away, it's like they're drunk. So you could just sit there and pop people all night if you wanted to. But I was just happy I didn't have a fucking drink. I didn't have any trouble. A ticket is not what I wanted, but it's not the worst
So
thing
what
in the world.
happened to Justin Timberlake? I know he got popped.
He got popped.
And then he was back on tour, and I saw his eyes were like glazed.
Yeah, he looked
Somebody
fucked
took a
up.
photo.
I think he ended up. I mean, he's got the money to like handle that. I don't think. But my question was, why was he driving on his own tour?
Well, and he had Molly in his system too.
Yeah, so he's partying big.
Yeah. Oh my
He's
god.
probably trying to relive the NSYNC glory days a little
I
bit.
mean,
I would be too, but
imagine being that big, and then now you're just
kind of
there.
Yeah, you're not a pop culture phenomenon. Yeah, it's gotta be weird. He still looks great.
A lot of people would die. Like, I swear, if someone gave me $20 million 10 years ago, I would not be here right
No,
now.
I'd be fucked. I would have done so much destructive, crazy shit. It wouldn't even be
I'm
funny.
lucky that I've been poor.
Same.
Yeah.
I was not equipped to handle money. Anytime I had money, it was bad shit happened. So we don't want that to happen again. Oh, man. So anyways, like I said, I've been very sick. I want to give Mike a shout out here because he's come here and done this, risking life and limb. Could have potentially got sick. I think what I had is bronchitis. I've been coughing up green, nasty shit for 2 weeks straight. I'm on antibiotics now. I think I'm starting to kick it. The antibiotics are fucking with me, but there's something going around, so watch your ass. Mike doesn't seem to have... that's what he should have been doing this whole time, to be fair, just to make sure. But
All right, we good now.
it just kind of shows the dedication that we have right now, being willing to,
Wear these.
persevere and go through the hard times, not feeling well. Still want to get a podcast out for you guys. So with that being said, our biggest fan, our number one fan, Pink Calculus, who we don't know the identity of, we gave them a little shout out last week. We talked about it again. We're going to talk about it again right now. They commented again, and apparently whoever it is, because we have no idea, knows both of us, but has an affinity for you on some level. And
Yeah, I don't know why.
we don't really know who they are. We have a couple guesses, but we're not really sure. So I think the biggest mystery and the big storyline to follow on this podcast is going to be, what's the identity
The big
of Pink
reveal?
Calculus? Yes. Who is L period? Who is that?
Who's L
We
period?
don't know.
Well, whoever it is, they've done a great job of hiding their identity.
For sure, there's no clues available. Nothing to ascertain from looking at their profile. So, yeah, we want to know, but we're going to be chill about it. We're not going to try and press the issue, but we're definitely wondering. We're having secret talks behind the scenes about who it could be.
Yeah, not long talks. It's just
No, we're not spending a ton of time
No, I
on it,
really
but-
don't care.
But it would be interesting to know because, I don't know, it just makes me wonder. Like, I don't think, I've never seen that name pop up on my YouTube before. So they came out of nowhere, came out of left field a little bit. But
Yeah, kind of weird. I think I know who it is.
I have a good guess, too. And I think it's
Yeah.
the same person. But
Well, no.
oh, you have a different guess.
I have a different guess.
Okay.
I'm actually 95%.
Interesting.
I know who it is. I know who you are.
We know who you
So
are.
reveal yourself, or
Yes.
else
Or we're going to
we're going to do something legally.
Yes, we're going to expose you. But all in all, the main thing is we appreciate your support and stay loyal to the podcast because we're not stopping.
Speaking of that, there were other comments on there about a Playmaker's new track.
Yes.
Shoefelt was on there.
Yeah. Smooth like butter or
Smooth
something like that.
Hold on, we got to get it right because he wrote it down.
And he said, he like texted me separately and was like, I meant butter like smooth, not actual butter. It's hard being like butter. I don't remember what he said, but either way.
No,
We got to get back in the studio is what we're
Yeah,
saying.
basically. So I'd like to freestyle. No, I'm just kidding.
That'd be awesome.
I'm not doing that, but I'm going to read it exactly how it is. I'm
Fair
sorry
enough.
if this is
That's okay.
No, it's not okay. Yeah. So anyways,
Just taking a little swig of water.
You're good. Oh, I hate hearing my voice live here. Oh, it ain't easy being butter.
Yeah. Something to maybe work off of. I want to do our white remix.
He also said, okay, hold on that one. He also said dedicated segments, pictures to mentions,
Yep.
planned weekly updates, and feedback on dedicated subjects.
So the
All
dedicated
great
subjects
ideas.
thing. So me and Carson used to do a thing called the Clout Chase of the Week, where we would find like the biggest viral clout chase attempt of the week. Now we could pick up that, or we can come up with something of our own. I like Clout Chase of the Week because a lot of people are clout chasing on the reg, and it's usually easy to find something that's pretty funny. But we can try and come up with some other cool segments too.
Well, we can do giveaways as well.
What are we giving away?
I don't know yet, but
We don't have anything to give away.
Well, I could give something away. Shirt.
Becker Farm shirt.
You can wear, yeah. You can wear this outfit I'm wearing today if you guess my mother's middle name. That's
Okay.
a promise.
All right. There you
And
go.
don't go prying for her middle name.
Yeah, is it going to be easy to find?
It's
on
a hard
Facebook?
middle name.
Okay.
I just had to come up with something on the spot there, and it worked out.
We're working on making our recurring segments more concrete. So you took a trip this weekend to the Finger Lakes to see Wilco. You got any good stories? Got any details about that?
Chautauqua.
Isn't that the Finger Lakes?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Well, first of all, like the concert venues in this, like, I got to stop saying like. I notice I say
Okay.
like a
It's a
lot.
classic habit.
But it was similar to 1790s village.
Wow.
Yeah.
Throwback.
And the concert venue was just in the middle of it. So we went down, sat at our seats. You know, I love Wilco, great
it was
band.
seated?
Yeah, it was
That's
seated, but
interesting.
you could hang around the outskirts of it, which I ended up doing. But no alcohol anywhere
Really?
in there. No, yeah, it was
Surprising.
really weird. We had to walk to a random hotel bar
Huh.
to get
Get any sort
a
of
high noon.
drink. Yeah, okay. Those are
yeah.
good. I like
so
those.
then we chug that and go back, and then I'm walking around with my buddy Eric, his mom. So we just walked around. We could hear the music all throughout the area. And then we went on an 8-mile hike back to the car. We left
Damn.
early, and we're like, we're going to get there before Eric gets back to the car. And he calls me and goes, "Where are you guys?" We weren't even close.
Yeah, finding the car can be tough.
It was insane.
I've had that problem a few
So
times.
I have a step counter on my phone. We walked 8 miles.
That's insane.
8 miles, and we were only
You're on your B rabbit
2
shit.
miles away.
That's
Yeah,
nuts, dude.
but fun, very fun.
Who opened for Wilco?
I don't know.
No idea.
No, we got there when Wilco started.
That's good.
Yeah,
Skip the openers.
exactly, and they ended with a Grateful Dead cover.
That's
so
so
it,
random,
It left
dude.
a really bad
Nah,
taste in
it's
everyone's
random.
mouth because we're not deadheads.
And we just had that experience a week ago, 2
Oh
weeks ago.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Oh, we did have that experience 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, not much to say about that concert, to be honest with you. Flaming Lips is coming up, though, at Art Park.
yeah, I'm going to see Misery Signals in Toronto with Caesar and my brother. It's their farewell tour. They're retiring. They've been like one of my top 3 favorite
They're
bands
retiring?
for several years. Yes, they're retiring. They're hanging up the gloves. It's their retirement tour. It's called the Blood is Forever, Love is Forever tour. They're doing one last tour, and then they're hanging it up. It's the end of Ms. Sigs, and the Toronto show is the very last show of the whole tour. So we're going to see them for the last time. Now, I've been to retirement tours before. I went to see Under Oath on their retirement tour with Bill in Fort Lauderdale, and they ended up coming back, coming out with new albums, coming out with other shit. So sometimes these guys lie like wrestlers do.
The Rolling Stones have been on 15 different retirement
Kiss
tours.
has done it as well. Not that they're the same level or anything.
It's almost like...
it's a good gimmick to get
it's a
people out.
gimmick.
Yeah, it's a good way to, it's our last chance.
Now they're going to do their last one. Like, you can understand if, like, the Stones did it now because they're, like, 80 years old.
Mm-hmm. I do believe that Ms. Sigs is sincere with this because they're all getting older. Their last album was amazing, but they don't get any recognition. They're one of the most underrated, not necessarily underrated because people who listen to them like them, but, like, they don't get any popularity. Like, it was staggering to see their play counts on YouTube Music. They just don't have a lot of listenership. They're probably not making a lot of money, and it's probably time for them to move on to other chapters. So it'd be awesome to see it wrapped up. It's been one of my favorite bands. First time I saw them was at the Thrash and Burn tour in 2008 in Rochester. That's when I became a fan. Brandon Morgan, the drummer, was my drum teacher for several years, and one of my all-time favorite bands. And we'll have a good time for sure. Me and Caesar and Carson going up to Toronto. Got my Enhance. We're gonna have a good time. So I had to make sure I don't get scheduled for work that day. Other than that, everything's kosher. Looking forward to the show, and then hopefully, we can hit up the Flaming Lips as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Did that fan just turn off?
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Why did that happen?
Oh, that's our first fan.
I just want to make sure.
To be honest, it's all right. It's gonna live.
Well, because what happened was I heard the background noise cut out, and I thought that maybe our recording stopped.
No.
Yeah, we're good.
Just the fan.
Yep. Okay. Good. I'm gonna check the video too.
Oh yeah, I have a question for you. It's more like mainstream.
Yep.
You like the Eagles, the band? You can't say you do.
You're more of a Big Lebowski style guy where I can't stand the fucking... No, that's not true. I like Hotel California, and that's probably the only song I can name by them.
Okay. Well,
so I know nothing about
there's
the Eagles. The only thing I know about the Eagles is they have the highest selling record of all time, which is their greatest hit.
I told our buddy Eric the other day, I said, I like the Eagles better than Led Zeppelin.
Interesting.
And he did not agree with me.
So you are an Eagles fan.
I am now. I don't know why. I saw them live. T-Gats was there too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I saw them live. I liked them a lot. I just like Joe Walsh a lot, but I just thought that was a hot take because no one would ever say that.
I mean, most people would give Led Zeppelin the edge, I think, but I got to pee already. It's my first break of the night. Might be more to come. Why don't you explain why you like them so much, where you saw them, or you know what? Talk about whatever you want. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
I'll just give a quick briefing on why I like the Eagles more than Led Zeppelin. Don Henley, great drummer, can sing. Glenn Frey can sing. Randy Meisner can sing. Joe Walsh can sing. And they can all play their instruments very well. Don Felder, great guitarist. I can't remember the original guitarist's name, but I watched a 60 Minutes interview from Australia on him. Anyways, that's my hot take. Tell me if you agree or disagree. One thing I wanted to get into, though, was the Parkland shooting. I want to get this out of the way real quick because I thought this was an odd thing for a settlement. So Nicholas Cruz in 2000, I believe, 18.
Yeah.
Sorry to darken the topic, but he shot up a school, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, I believe, in Florida. And
I remember the shooting.
A guy he shot 5 times, he reached a settlement with the shooter out of court, or no, a civil agreement, so it would be. I don't know how it works. We'll call the Gap Man. But
yeah, the legal team.
Yeah, but anyways, one of the stipulations was during the settlement that he had to have his brain donated to science so they can figure out what went wrong with his brain.
Right, they can investigate.
And I thought that was a pretty cool stipulation.
I think that is cool. It's never probably been done before, and it's worth looking into, right?
But I feel like after he dies, it's kind of like Chris Benoit. Like they saw his brain was
CTE.
Yeah, like an 80-year-old man or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll probably be, well, I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with like abuse as a child or something.
Could be. It might be hard to detect in the actual brain scans, but I know that guy, Nicholas Cruz, his whole arrest interrogation video is on the Jim Can't Swim YouTube channel. You can watch the whole thing, and they determined that he was trying to act crazy But he's not
he was a
crazy.
fake psychopath.
Yes, he was acting very there were telltale signs of him faking psychosis and faking hearing voices and things like that. Now, it's hard to say if he really was or not, but I don't know. I don't necessarily think that the brain scans and all that stuff is going to lead to any concrete answers.
No, because your consciousness is also outside your brain.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
We're never going to know why or what he was thinking, but I do think that's an interesting thing to occur, and I think it'll probably set a benchmark as far as like how these things are handled moving forward. Like maybe if you commit a crime of that magnitude or of that variety, maybe that'll be something that they do all the time.
So they probably don't want to give you an electric chair anymore.
Right, to fuck
all
your
the
brain up.
synapses in your brain are going to go
they're gonna
nuts.
fry your fucking brain cells.
I just thought that was something cool to touch on.
It is something cool to touch
It's not, I have no more knowledge on any of that
on.
besides.
Nor do I, but it is interesting, I think. So we'll see. Maybe we'll follow up on that and see if... I mean, is he being executed?
No, I think they spared him the death penalty.
So they're not even going to get a hold of his brain for a long time.
Yeah.
So, like, if he ends up having Alzheimer's, if he ends up having dementia as the cause of an old age, then they have to make sure that they're differentiating between what occurred with him and what... It's a tricky thing. I don't know that they're going to get
your
much
brain
out of
will
that.
deteriorate
Exactly.
eventually.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
to
I don't
see.
know, man. I think he kind of... Maybe he fleeced him on the deal.
Yeah, maybe it was just kind of a little extra throw-in thing.
That's a
Little
hockey
bonus.
trade.
Yeah, a little something.
Speaking
cool.
of sports, though, have you seen the new USA basketball team?
No, who's on it? Because I know the Olympics are coming up in Paris. They're starting at the end of July. It's always cool to take a peek at those. Who is on the U.S. team? Is LeBron on it?
You got LeBron.
Nice.
You got Steph Curry. You got Kevin Durant.
Damn.
Anthony Davis.
All the big guns.
Jason Tatum. Drew Holiday. Anthony Carl Towns.
Yeah, yep.
And
Karl Anthony Towns.
Or whatever. That's when I fall off.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's still pretty cool.
So where does someone like Giannis, does he play for his home?
Yeah, he's Greece.
Okay, so those foreign guys will all play for their home team.
Yeah,
so
like
that'll be interesting.
Doncic and...
Fucking U.S. should wash everybody, though. I mean, no one should even be able to
It's so weird how
compete.
close it is now.
I know. Like, logically thinking about it, they shouldn't really be able to touch anyone. But, I mean, someone will give them a run for their money. They'll end up having a close game against, like, Spain or something
Slovenia.
like that. Yeah, some random team.
Yeah, I remember Manu Ginobili was giving them, like, a run for their money a while ago. And I remember watching, being so mad. I'm like, come on.
It shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't, but...
You mentioned something to me the other day. You sent me a message about football. They played American football somewhere.
Oh, Japan
And
versus...
Japan.
It was under 20.
Was it like all the best high school guys?
See,
or?
that's where I'm confused.
Doesn't matter because no Japanese football team should ever beat any American football team ever.
No.
In my opinion. That's just my...
No, we don't go over there and beat them in karate.
Ping pong, right, or karate, or whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah.
Sushi making. We don't beat them in that. So, yeah, American football, it's called American football. Like, we should wash everybody. And it's kind of... I feel the same way about basketball.
But we
like,
have the thing with soccer,
right.
where if we're good against Argentina...
Yeah. Our women's teams are good, but the soccer team here, U.S. soccer team, isn't good because all of our best athletes play basketball, football, and baseball.
I was going to ask you. Somebody said if LeBron James was a goalie and trained soccer his whole life, no one would score.
I actually agree with that. Like, if we had, what's his name there? Justin Jefferson was a soccer player his entire life. I mean, I don't see anybody beating him.
There's no money in it here.
Right. There's no point in them playing soccer. They're way better off playing football.
And the
or
reason
basketball.
it's the most popular sport in the world is because all you need is a ball.
Right. It's very easy to
and
play.
you could kick it into a trash bin. We used
For
to
sure.
take Save-A-Lot shopping carts for hockey
There you go.
until we got caught one day. But
Yeah.
what do you know about the Olympics besides that?
Summer Olympics, I'm always interested in the boxing just because it's cool to see who's coming up. It used to be only amateurs. I think they let pro guys do it now, and they don't even wear headgear anymore. But it's cool because they score the fights differently. So Olympic style boxing is cool because it's different than what you'd see on TV.
How
But
do they score it differently?
it's just like they add a point for every time you land like a clean shot. So like it'll end up being like the U.S. guy won like 15-10 or something like that, and they do like 3 rounds or whatever. I don't know all the rules. I'll probably get exposed for getting that wrong, but it's scored differently because it's not scored 10-9 each round. it's scored like cumulative points for every time you get like a clean hit. So it's kind of different style. And it used to be only amateurs could compete. Now I'm pretty sure they let pro guys compete and they don't wear headgear anymore. So they changed the ruling up. I liked it better when it was amateur guys because it used to be the top amateur boxers would go to the Olympics, and then depending on how they did at the Olympics, then they would turn pro and have that Olympic pedigree, the amateur background, and then they would move into the next phase of their career. Whereas now it's guys who are already pro, just younger guys. So I'll take a peek at that. Other than that, I mean, track and field I'm not big into. Maybe the pole vault is fun to watch sometimes.
Pole vault.
Other than that, though, I don't really...
Women's volleyball, is that going on?
That'll always be good to take a peek at.
Yeah.
Short
And
shorts.
it's really impressive. It's not even
Great
that. It's
athletes,
just-
too. Yeah, for sure. I think that'll be... I mean, what do they do? Do they do, like, beach volleyball? Or
I think so. I always confused it with the X Games.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think volleyball is in the X Games, but
don't know
it
either.
seems so ridiculous.
Maybe they show it on ESPN2 around the same time or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just exposing how stupid I am.
I don't really watch the Olympics too often, but I'll take a peek at it.
If
It's
Michael
something exciting.
Phelps is chilling, doing
Yeah.
his thing, you want to watch.
Definitely. And that's the thing. I think I don't know if they have really the big name draw. I couldn't really even name anybody off the U.S. team. I took a look at the boxing team. I didn't know any of the guys, but it'd be cool to take a look at,
Yeah.
see who's good.
Ryan Garcia, put him on there.
And I think he could. Like,
No,
I'm pretty
he's
sure
banned from.
That's true, yeah. But I just mean, like, I'm pretty sure a pro boxer nowadays could.
Jake Paul could go up there.
He
and
should have tried. That would have been amazing.
That would be awesome.
That would have been really cool. If
He's
he
a
would've
weight
been-
bully, I hear.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That's how I am, though. Anytime I go to fight somebody at a bar, we weigh in.
You gotta weigh in.
And then I leave and I rehydrate, and
Oh,
I
of
come back
course.
like a monster.
And that's another thing I'm not sure of, because in boxing, pro boxing, you weigh in the day before, so you make weight and then you rehydrate over the course of the night, so you're a lot heavier. I think in the Olympics it's probably different, where you actually have to be that weight the day of. I don't know. I'll take a peek at
Would
it.
you ever, being a Silver Gloves, would you ever box one of your friends? That's not a boxer.
I would prefer not to,
Yeah.
because
I wouldn't want to box you.
I'm not. I said this before, but I'm not a guy who wants to fight people. I'm not a hard ass. I don't think I'm tough. I don't think I'm some boxing legend. But it is a sport. It is a skilled contest, and any gym across America, they're not going to match people up who have experience versus people who've never been in a ring. Plus, like, it's not like playing basketball against each other where you're just scoring points. You are punching each other in the face, and I do know how to do it, and I wouldn't really be comfortable doing that type of thing. Now, granted, if someone forced the issue and really wanted to go down that road, headgear, mouthpiece, protective cup, 16-ounce gloves, and they would need to get some ring time and some ring experience before I did anything like that, because you don't play boxing.
How awful would it be if we went out to a bar and I was like, "This is my buddy. He's Silver Gloves, Stone Cold Cody Butler," and the guy was mad already, and now you have to get in a fight.
Well, right. I don't want people like bringing up that I boxed when I was a kid. I don't want that.
I'll do
Again,
it if
I'm
the
not
guy's like 60. I'll be
I'm
like,
not a
"That's my
tough
buddy."
guy. I don't go out looking to fight people ever. I'm not a fight type of guy. Like, I love to box. I haven't done it in several years, but it's not something that I want to do. But yeah, I mean, obviously, sometimes when people hear that you have boxing experience, they want to challenge you, and that's just part of the game. It's kind of something that you deal with when you do that.
And then
But-
you have everything to lose.
yeah, for sure. And anything could happen. Anyone can catch anyone on any day. So.
Logan Paul's one lucky punch.
Right. Puncher's chance, man. Anything's possible. But yeah, I don't really feel comfortable boxing any of my friends or anything like that. I remember back in the day, like, Bill used to knock everybody out at John and Mary's.
Oh,
They used to
yeah,
do
yeah,
boxing
yeah.
there and shit.
That,
like Hassan Beatty.
I'm going to
and,
drop
like,
names. Eric Barnes.
Yeah, just random. They used to just fucking throw
Hassan
hands.
Beatty Hassan.
Beatty Hassan and Hassan Beatty, both of them.
Guy got back-to-back yearbook pictures.
Yeah, same pick. And I don't know why I even entertained this, but someone told me that they were two different guys, which I believed randomly, which doesn't make any sense because the chances of that are like next to impossible.
Beatty Hassan
Beatty
and
Hassan
Hassan.
and Hassan Beatty. So they fucked up his name and put him in the yearbook twice. Kind of a legendary thing that went on through the annals of time. But yeah, he worked at John and Mary's, and Bill used to do like boxing tournaments there. And Bill, I remember, just knocked everybody out.
Yeah, he was good. I remember
Yeah.
he knocked his dad to like one knee
That's nuts.
when we were kids.
You don't want to be knocking your dad out. That's not
Yeah,
good.
his dad went down to one knee, and we all like all the kids celebrated. Like,
Well, yeah, 'cause-
yeah, win for the kids.
brutal.
So now we thought we could just drink vodka.
Well, yeah. How do you be the dad and enforce rules after you got knocked out by your son? That's tough.
It was one knee though.
Well,
it
one
wasn't
knee's
a
a
full
knockdown.
knockout.
Though. That is a knockdown. That's an 8 count at the very least.
I don't know if he took a knee. No, he got rocked.
Yeah, he had to. If he took a knee, he had to take.
I boxed Bill one time, and I was like, "Take it easy, man."
Right. Don't swing. Don't like swing for the fences, dude.
And he said he would, and he swung for the
And
fences.
they never do. He did the fuck. What's his name? The legend. The 266-0. The guy who would go to people and be like, "Yo, you want to do some light sparring?" And then he'd fucking.
Charlie Zelenoff.
Yes, Zelenoff. Yes, he did the Zelenoff.
He fought Wilder, I heard.
Yeah, for sure.
It was close, too.
He's the GOAT. Yeah. So that's, again, that just lends itself to the idea, like, it's not something you want to fuck around with, dude. People die boxing. Like, people get really fucked up. It's punches to the head. It's not a joke. So, like, if you're not wearing a mouthpiece, if you're not wearing a head guard, if you're wearing light gloves, if you don't wrap your hands, you don't. It's not something to fuck around with if people know what they're doing. You can get really fucking hurt.
Are you becoming a YouTube boxer now?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The only person who I would ever fight legitimately that I would love to fight is CM Punk. I've said this for years. I would love to fight CM Punk.
Doesn't he play for the Indiana Fever?
Yes, he does. He does. He's also in the WWE in his spare time. But I would love to fight CM Punk because it would get my name out there, and I think I could beat him. Other than that, though, I don't walk around challenging people and trying to fight people. That's just not my style. I'm not into that type of shit. That's whack. I don't like that. I don't like when people do that. And I really don't like when people who do combat sports like are always trying to start fights and fuck people up and shit. There's a responsibility with knowing how to fight and shit. You're not supposed to like pick on people who don't, and you're not supposed to like use that to like bully people, and you're just not supposed to do that type of shit. There's an honor and a code that goes along with boxing, and boxing's very sacred and special to me, and I don't take it lightly. Like, I wouldn't just, when we were kids, it was different. We used to do boxing shit at my house sometimes, and we'd fuck around a little bit, but we're grown men now, dude. Someone can get fucked up. I'm not saying who it's going to be, but someone could get really fucking hurt.
After this podcast, we're going to find out, because I'm putting the gloves on, bro.
It's fine. That'll work.
I don't even want to put I can't even hit you.
I remember one time, okay, I was probably 12, and this was when my sister was dating Darren Stone when she just got into high school.
Atlanta Falcon?
Yes, former Atlanta Falcon, former Baltimore Raven, former Maine Black Bear, former Lockport Lion, used to jump over cars and shit. Amazing athlete. And ironically enough, Josh, who lives across the street, his sister has a kid with Darren Stone, which is just kind of an interesting connection with everything that's going on around here these days. But so I was talking shit to him on AIM one time, and I said something to him that was pretty offensive that I'm not going to repeat. And he drove right over to my house, made me put the gloves on with him, and he fucked me up, dude. He hit me hard as fuck. He was like 18. In like football shape.
And
I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, dude, that's a big difference, man. And he was not taking it easy.
That's kind of badass.
Yeah.
I don't think I could hit a 12-year-old when I was.
It was fucked up. I mean, he didn't knock me out or anything, but he definitely laid some shots in. So
hit you enough.
Yeah. We used to do tourneys like there was this thing we used to do when we were in middle school where we'd like after school, everyone would go to someone's house. Like, it'd be like a planned thing. Like, oh, everyone's going to Ethan's house on Tuesday after school. Everyone's going to Cody's house on Thursday after school. So, like, at my house, we would do boxing. And I remember there was a time where Matt DiTullio was boxing Juntao. And Juntao's parents rolled up to pick him up. And so, like, we said, like, yo, Juntao, your parents are here. And, like, he looked away, and Matt fucking blasted him with a sucker punch and gave him a bloody nose. And I always thought that was funny because, like, what were the parents of the kids thinking that my parents were just, like, letting us all fight? It's just kind of random.
Different time.
Yeah, for sure. And nobody's getting hurt. When you're that light, nobody's really going to get probably hurt.
Do you know who the Roman brothers are?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so I boxed Angel Roman when I had to have been 12, right around that, and he was messing around with me. Just he didn't want to beat my ass,
right? But
he looked away, laughing for 1 second, and I hit him, popped him. Glasses flew off.
He wore his glasses.
Yeah, that's how much of a threat I was.
Right, of course.
I hit him and I ran, bro. I don't blame you. Off.
Fuck that.
He would have killed me.
Right.
He's a great guy, though. I saw him when I was having my daughter. He was also having a child at
Oh,
the
nice.
hospital, so we got to
Oh, same time.
hang
huh?
out. Yeah, that was
That's
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
But
So, long story short, I don't want to box anybody. I don't want to spar anybody. I don't care. I'm not interested. Find somebody else. There's gyms around here. Joe Taylor is a gym above Main Moon where the old Abdallah's is. You can go there. You can hit the bag. You can spar people probably. Find someone your weight at your skill level. I'm good. So moving on from boxing. What else do we have here?
Oh, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we
Music
do.
and restaurants. I
Oh,
love
yeah,
this.
Right. So,
Yeah, there's. How do we want to word this?
yeah. So basically, there's a understanding that you don't want to play like vulgar or profane music. So Mikey here's been letting me run the jukebox a little bit. Not the jukebox, but the aux, basically the jukebox. But so I put on Rage Against the Machine self-titled because I'm always conscious of like want to play something that's like popular that people know and like also something that kind of fits the mood. It probably wasn't the best choice, but just like popular rock or something that's would seem to fit the vibe. And so Bomb Track's the first song that played, and then Killing the Name came up. And so while I was serving people up, I had this thought in my head like, oh wait, he goes nuts at the end of the song and screams "fuck you" a million times. So I ran over and
There was a ton of kids.
yeah, for sure. So I ran over before it even got to the first chorus and changed it to a different album.
I don't even think I'd notice if I was a kid.
maybe I wouldn't think
That song in particular, just because he yells it so many times.
abrasive.
So of course, it was noticed.
So what's acceptable?
I think just
Maroon 5?
I think Rage Against the Machine's acceptable as long as you pick the right songs. Like if you play Sleep Now in the Fire, if you play Guerrilla Radio, I think you're good. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I wouldn't play like hardcore rap stuff. I wouldn't play like metal stuff where there's a lot of screaming. Aside from that, if it's in like the rock genre or if it's in the rap genre but it's more like old school hip hop classic stuff, I think you're good. Like you don't want to play like Chief Keef unedited. That would be profane.
Yeah.
You don't want to play Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name because they go nuts. But I think that if as long as it doesn't have a lot of swearing, they're not screaming and they're not shouting the N-word, I think you're probably good.
What if they're alluding to something that's more adult? Like I watched Shrek earlier, and when they go into the theme park, it's like what do they say? It's similar to Mr. Brightside, where they go when he was sucking his. You know that part in Mr.
No,
Brightside?
I don't. I'm trying
It
to
started
think.
out with a kiss. How did
Yes.
it like this? It was only a kiss.
That's
He's
not
falling
bad.
asleep,
Dude,
and
if
she's
peop-
calling a cab, and she's feeling broke, and
Yeah,
she's touching his
that's
blank now. Like
right.
that's still
A
alluding.
Kid's not
to
going to be able
something.
to figure that out, and
It's kind of like a cartoon adult
right where
joke.
they refer adult shit, but the kid's too young to get it. And if they didn't play Mr. Brightside in bars, they would lose so many plays. Like that's like a epic song that gets played everywhere. It gets played at games and shit. So like something like that is just classic. Like if I go grab the phone and put in the code, like my mind is going to like classic style rock stuff. Like I played stuff that was a little more in my wheelhouse on Sunday, but it was stuff that I knew was clean and that I knew was all sung vocals. Like I'm not gonna jump up there and play As I Lay Dying. Like I'm not gonna do that because it's off-putting.
It's
You don't
so
want to hear
funny
somebody
to think about
screaming and
doing
like
that,
double
though.
bass, right? So like I would go and maybe like play like Nirvana or like Metallica or played Queens of the Stone Age, Parrot, like shit like that, where it's non-offensive, non-intrusive, enjoyable rock that's still fun, that people probably know, or that sounds like it's conducive to an environment of hanging out and drinking. That's
Yeah.
safe for kids.
I guess it's like any radio station.
Right. It's just something you got to be mindful
You
of.
could throw Kid Rock on because he edits himself.
Exactly. And there's usually a clean version of stuff, too. And I don't know.
Waka Flocka Flame.
It's just some,
he
yeah,
has a
right.
great
It's
clean
all
version.
instrumental, yeah. Harden the Paint clean version is so funny. There's this part in the song where there's like 30 seconds of no talking because he's swearing so much. But yeah,
we got to do that on our next song.
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
We'll do a normal dirty version and a clean version, but we'll have to make sure there's like a good minute
a
of the
huge
song.
chunk. Which reminds me, what I wanted to say was what I want to do for our next song. There's a song by this artist called Buddy. It's called Black.
Oh, boy.
And it's all about being black and how cool it is to be black. And he says black a lot. And Mike had the idea
Okay.
that we make a remix of it called White, where we reference white shit. So like there's a part in the song where he goes, I feel like Trayvon with this black hoodie on. So immediately I was like, I feel like Peyton when I say Omaha, like shit like that, where you reference white guys and you talk about white shit and how it's cool to be white, and you're in a white whip with the white rims and with a white bitch. As
And it's
opposed to-
nothing against anybody
No,
else.
not at
It's
all.
just we have to embrace
It's
what
just that
we
we are
as
white,
well.
so I think it'd be funny. It's a great beat, and it'd just be a really funny thing to do.
And give us a like if you think that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
I think that's a great idea. Definitely let us know.
because we will do that, and we can even call it "Ain't Nothing But Butta."
Yes,
Or
just
whatever.
to get that in there, to shoehorn that in.
Real quick,
Yes.
do you know who Sketch is? He's the guy who goes, "What's up, brother?"
No, I don't think so.
Oh well, he's like one of the biggest Madden streamers right now.
Okay.
And yesterday he got caught in some allegations, and
Uh-oh.
he admitted to it today, which I really respected. But the allegations were that he had an OnlyFans, a gay OnlyFans, and there were like videos of him getting and
How would that be allegations? Like either they
well,
found it or
no,
they didn't?
well, at first it was an allegation like this could be him.
Oh,
So he's been on
so
this.
it wasn't under his name. It was just a guy that
no,
looked
but
like
he's
him.
been on this historic run. He's been on all these podcasts like Theo Vaughn and
all the big ones.
yeah, all the big ones.
Yeah.
But anyways, it came out, and yesterday he did a stream, and he was so funny. I did not have sexual relations with that man. Then he goes, yes, I did.
So it's him.
It was him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he's been famous for 2 years, and now it just came out. So he admitted he's to the point where he's worried the whole time he was famous that it was going to come out
I'm sure it was in the back of his mind
every
forever.
time.
Yeah, like
and now they're going
someone's
through
gonna
all his
find this,
videos.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Whatever. I mean, it's not going to hurt him.
No, who
really.
cares?
Yeah, if anything, it might help him. Like it's going to maybe the LGBTQ fans will support him.
If you ask any kid under 15 or who sketches, they'll say, "What's up, brother?"
Oh, okay. So he's that big.
He's that big.
Damn.
Yeah, he's very big.
That's pretty funny. I didn't even hear about that
But
shit.
I have I'm supporting him. I think
Yeah,
he's
go
great.
Sketch. Good for
Not that
him.
I can do anything for him, but
Friend of the show.
friend of the show, Sketch. Yeah, we got to do more segments. New friends of the show.
Yeah, friends of the show for sure. Guys like Schufelt, guys like that. That have been
Schufelt's definitely a friend of the show.
huge friend of the show.
He sent me a funny text the other day. We used to go home after Willowbrook when we worked there and watch Independence Day at my house.
Nice. I remember you watching that a lot.
Yeah, and he sent me a clip from it. Almost put a hex on the whole damn thing.
There's so many cheesy lines in that. Like,
Oh, it's a great movie. It was
he,
my
like,
favorite movie forever.
punches the alien's like head off, right? Or like he
He
knocks
just
out the
punches it.
alien. Yeah.
Yeah, he knocked it out.
And he does the classic like black guy driving the ship thing where he starts like talking jive, like damn, I didn't know I was to drive like this. Like just some stupid shit. Like why do they have to put that in there? Like it's just stupid.
I loved that movie. The funniest part was they revealed the aliens. It was a shell. So how did Will Smith even knock him out?
Right.
Because underneath, when they're in the lab,
Yeah.
it opens up and the real alien's under the shell.
So he hit the shell.
He
and
hit
knocked
the
him
shell
out.
so damn
That's how hard
hard.
his punch was. Yeah, there's a great Opie and Anthony, Patrice O'Neal.
Yes, exactly what
segment
I'm referencing.
on Independence
Exactly.
Day, where they go through like how great the first half of the movie was and how it starts to fall apart, and like how stereotypical the one guy's dad was. The Jewish guy, like they couldn't have made him any more Jewish. Like it was so outrageously obvious.
John Lennon
Yeah.
said it. Oh, it was a funny movie. I loved that movie.
Yeah. So I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, you were talking about Madden, and I was just thinking this month, College Football 25 is dropping,
Not a fan.
which is the first time in 10 years we're getting a college football game, and the hype is really high right now because it's looking really solid.
But isn't it just Madden with like an
Well, that's the thing. It's either going to be that or it's going to be they actually put work into it and made it awesome. I'm personally pretty stoked about it because I used to always love. It used to be a thing. Like in July, NCAA would come out, and then in August, Madden would come out, and you could like import your players into the draft. You do the
That's
dynasty.
cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. So and it always had a different level of like pageantry to it, like, and it was generally the same game, but it looks like they're working. It could be all hype, it probably is, it's EA Sports, but it looks like they're working really hard to differentiate it from Madden and really focus on the presentation, focus on the like game feel of the environments, make the gameplay different, make it more exciting, more fast paced. So I'm gonna definitely take a peek at it. I think it'll be cool.
I'm gonna take a peek as well.
We'll be playing it a little bit.
I wish there was a different developer, like
Oh,
even
absolutely.
989 Sports. Or
Yeah,
something.
Game Day was cool, man. Like when Madden took over the license, that was exactly when ESPN, which is 2K Sports, their game was getting really good and starting to really put the heat on them, and they put it out for $20. Everybody knows about ESPN and NFL 2K5. Hopefully,
I was talking to a guy on Twitter
which
about
is
it today.
just one of the best football games ever made, straight up. And I guarantee you, anybody who plays football games knows that game, has that game.
Let me show
We
you.
still play it from time to time. Every once in a while,
I
we'll
love
fire it
it.
up. It's so good.
I'll tell you what this guy said to me about it today.
People like make patches for it and like update the rosters and the team logos and stuff. Like people are still playing it to this day. And Madden knew it was so good, so they bought the NFL license. They've had it since 2005. There's been no NFL games
Do you
since.
agree with this guy? He goes, for fuck's sake, it was 20 years ago. The gameplay was mostly shit. It
No.
had some interesting thing, but you couldn't play a franchise past a year. Tell me you haven't played a football game
That's
since.
not true. You could play past a year.
I said it's actually very respected for its gameplay.
Yeah, it is very
And
respected.
he goes, 20 years ago, people just hate the exclusive EA
They
NFL.
do.
That's a true.
This
that's
is
a good
this guy's
point.
problem, though, with his point. The fact that it is 20 years ago and people still refer to it and it still holds up gameplay-wise shows how little Madden has evolved and been able to progress. The fact that he's making that point is actually a point against him, because the fact that it's that good and well-respected and still referred to as the benchmark football gameplay-wise shows the small amount of progression and changes that Madden has been able to make. Like if you go from 2005 back to 1985, whatever football game was out then, the jump was incredible. But the fact that you can pop in ESPN today, it's still enjoyable, it's still fun, it still feels like basically what you can do now. That's not a lot of progression, and EA has
I
fallen
would
flat.
literally rather play.
It's way more
2K5,
fun.
Yeah.
It's way more fun. So
Even we had a debate when it was 2005. Yeah, you were around for that. NHL
2K6 in 2006.
And me
I
and-
was
me
prefer
and Booyan
2K6
called
They like
it
EA.
2K sucks.
But basically, it was so much cooler when there were two options, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because whether one was better or worse, they were different. So you could get different shit out of each game. Like how cool is it to have two NFL games, two NHL games, shit like that?
It
is
brought
so
the
awesome.
hype up too around it.
Exactly. And it made each one try to be better, because competition is the best thing for any industry.
Let's start our own company where we make our own football game. Oh, that sucks. People
There's a
try-
bunch of them that do it.
If we had the
but they
licensing
don't get the
for
license,
it,
right?
yeah.
And it's like you can't expect people to buy and play a football game that doesn't have the NFL
Yeah,
team,
like
so it's-
your quarterback's Terry Atwater.
Yeah, it
they
just
just take
sucks.
two different names.
yeah, it's
from
pretty
the-
much exactly. They did that in 2008 with All Pro Football 2K8. They got a bunch of legends. It was the 2K style gameplay, but it didn't succeed because they didn't have any of the teams, and they didn't have the stadiums, and they didn't have the rosters. So you need that, and EA has the stronghold on that, and until they lose it, we're fucked.
We're coming for you, EA.
Yeah, I would love to somehow void that contract.
It's
That would
in
be
the game.
amazing.
All right,
So-
let's get off that topic. I want to talk chicken wings. I really
Let's
do.
talk chicken wings. I had some great ones last night at Maxwell Station. Underrated, Alcott. Very good house sauce. Pot of Gold.
What do you mean
underrated.
by house sauce?
It's their own homemade sauce. It's like a medium and like a honey garlic combined shit.
So
they
is
call
it-
it house because it's their own homemade shit. But the wings are really good. Pot of Gold has really good wings.
Pot of Gold's up
Under the
there.
radar. Frankie's, I would put Frankie's in the mix because of the pit. I think that differentiates them.
Yeah,
The
but they
honey
charge
mustard-
like $3 for a pit
Yeah.
wing. I don't.
The honey mustard, though, and the barbecue off the pit
The
is
taste
top
is
tier.
amazing, though.
So
The
good,
taste-
and that's what I like about them is that differentiates them from every other wing place. Like there's the Frankie style wings, and you can't get them anywhere else. If you want that type of wing, you got to go to Frankie's, and they're fucking bomb. You got to give them credit.
Have you been to Wagner's?
Wagner's has really good wings. They're up there.
But okay, so you're saying they're up. To me, in Lockport, that's the top wing. Wagner's, Frankie's will be a number 2.
I think I liked Pot of Gold more than Wagner's.
See, oh wow, maybe I should.
We might have to take a tour and like try these out again.
We could do a Dave Portney style.
Yeah, do wing tasting.
It's got some good crisp.
What's the place in East Aurora that's
There's Duff's, there's Bar Bill.
Bar Bill? Those are mad good. Duff's are mad good.
I'm not a fan of that other big one, Anchor Bar.
Decent.
I went to Darien Lake and they have an Anchor Bar there.
Oh, really?
And it
was not
wasn't
good.
even Anchor Bar. Like I'd
take Pot of Gold or Wagner's over Anchor Bar, and probably Duff's.
No, you would not take either of them over.
I'll have
Duff's.
to have Duff's again. We should go to Duff's soon. It's still open.
You
in the
will
mall.
not take them over Duff's.
We'll go to Duff's and get some wings soon. But Pot of Gold and Wagner's, I think, are a step above. And then Frankie's, it's hard to rank them because it's like its own genre.
And I'm biased because I worked there.
Yeah,
and
for
I
sure.
love Frank and Dewey and Caesar.
Yeah, and even before all that even happened, when I was in like 7th grade, like me, Tyler, and Jed used to order Frankie's honey mustard and barbecue all the time, dude, because it was just so good and so different. Frankie's has really good blue cheese too, which I know you don't use, but for the wing connoisseurs
it's
out
custom,
there,
mate.
it's fucking really good, and it helps a lot, and it adds to the whole order. I'm trying to think of other.
If you were going to order wings tonight and you're like, so you have a girl over,
Depends on if I'm eating out or
you say, hey, and she's from out of town.
Right.
You go, I'm going to show you the best wings in Lockport. Where are you ordering from?
Well, am I going to eat there or am I?
No,
ordering?
they're delivering.
I'll get Frankie's.
Frankie's?
Just show her the pit, yeah, because I would, you can't get these anywhere else.
That's respectable.
If I'm going to sit down somewhere, maybe I go to Wagner's.
Sonny's are kind of whack.
Right.
Their fingers are nice.
Sub D's are okay, not known for it, but they're solid.
You can't call yourself sub.
They're like
delicious and be
generic,
known for
right.
something else.
Where else has fucking wings I can think of? I don't know. I think we named the top places.
Pizza Hut.
Maxwell Stations are really good. We named all the big ones, dude. Bar Bill is fucking fire. But yeah, Lockport wise, I'm thinking Pot of Gold and Wagner's in that genre, and then if you're gonna order takeout, Frankie's.
Yeah, there's wing spots that there was like Galaxy Wings or something.
I don't remember.
And
that.
Ashley told me, she's like, let's get these. So I'm like, okay. And it's remember when Mr. Beast did Mr. Beast Burger?
Yeah, it's a ghost kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So these wings were made at Applebee's.
Oh, I got some of those too. They were like Cheetos.
They were awful.
Yeah, they weren't good, dude. And I didn't know really what a ghost kitchen was yet. So I thought it was this new place. And I ordered, and I found out that they had come from Applebee's. And are we talking about the same place that did like the Cheetos crusted wings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got some of those, and they were not good because it's Applebee's. Applebee's is kind of cheap. I'd rather get boneless wings from Becker than get from Applebee's.
So the Applebee's employees are making these wings?
Yes. So it's made in Applebee's, but it's just under the name of that on DoorDash.
Different ingredients?
I don't even think so. It's probably the same boneless wings, but they do that special Cheetos flake shit.
It's so odd.
Yeah, it's really weird. But that's like the Mr. Beast burger thing. It's like it'll be a normal burger place that just sells stuff under his name on DoorDash, and they make the burgers there according to how Mr. Beast's ingredients are, and then send them out. So it's like you're ordering from the Mr. Beast place, but they're really making it at this other place. It's a weird concept. You got to watch out for those ghost kitchens, man, because
Don't order from them.
no, and it looks like it's this new exciting place, but it's really not. It's just, you think like Galaxy Wings. It's like, oh, what's this new
That's
wing place?
exactly what I thought.
Same here, and that's why I ordered. But then it's like, oh, it's just Applebee's. I would have never ordered those then
No,
if I knew.
not
that.
at all.
And that's why they do it. That's basically why they do it.
Really gross.
Yeah. So watch out for the ghost kitchens, man. They're fucking
Yeah,
despicable
so-
business tactic.
Regard-
Wagner's Pot of Gold, and then Frankie's for takeout. That's my
have
picks.
to hit up Pot of Gold.
How are Gonzo's wings?
They were good when
they
they were
pretty
like
solid?
they had 50-cent wing night
Yeah.
for a while. And I get people I was like, we used to have nickel wing night.
Yeah,
And-
right. Of course. Well,
Well,
Pot of
I'm
Gold
like,
does
well,
that
I just
too.
order 4,000 wings.
Right,
and
like
invite
a nickel.
everybody
That's
over.
nuts. So you get 20 for $1. Like, yeah, they used to sell, everything for 5 cents. It's not like that anymore. You
Yeah.
can't expect that 50-cent wings. That's what they do at Maxwell on Mondays. That's crazy price. That's insane. Chicken wings are expensive. Dude.
On what day?
On Monday. That's why I went there last night.
Wow.
Yeah, really good. 50 cents.
And that's
each.
not too far from where I'm working on Monday.
I got 10 wings. It was, what is that? $5? I don't even know what that is. 10 times 50 cents.
$5.
$5.50, something like that. I don't know, but they were fucking amazing. Yeah, you should go try them sometime. I'll go with you if you want. I'm not going to drink.
Yeah. No, I won't drink either.
Pot of Gold does a 50-cent night, I think. I forget which night it is. But
oh God, but you got to go to Pot of Gold.
You do. You have to dine. That's usually the key. Is what about? We forgot to mention Ponies.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Ed's. They got a special little something that they do too.
They were pretty good 5 years ago.
Yeah, their fingers and wings are solid.
Chop's good too.
They make
in
that like
Middleport.
grape jelly in the sauce. Like it's like a unique. I gotta pee again. Hold it down for a sec.
That's okay.
Talk about Chop Shop.
I'm gonna pee over you or pee over you. Pee after you. Yeah. What's up, brother? Anyways, Chop Shop's pretty good. I like it there. Good pizza. It's almost like a sweet sauce. I'm not trying to promote any businesses right now. I just think I don't know. I'm kind of pausing here. There's a lot to look at in this room, which is soon to be gone. So every time my attention leaves the camera, it's looking around at something else. But there is a new apartment coming up soon.
I think we are. Let me say this into the mic, but
I have to pee myself. Sorry,
What?
guys. Sorry.
I think we are, in fact, likely. I've watched a lot of podcasts in my day, and I've never seen one that does it. I think we are. Is it still recording? Well, I think we are the only podcast that I've ever seen, and there's a million of them out there, to ever do live piss breaks where you leave the other guy solo and he holds it down while the other guy takes a piss. I think it's kind of a cool little element. You want to talk about recurring segments? How about our live piss breaks? Nobody's doing it like that. We're the only ones. So shout outs for me and Mike for having small bladders and drinking a lot of fluids. I'm on this kick right now where if my piss isn't clear, I'm drinking more water. Like, I want my piss to always be clear because I know I'm super hydrated. Plus, I'm trying to kick this infection. So I've really been up in the water intake and just trying to make sure that my body can defeat this because I've been on the ropes for like 2 weeks straight. And the fact that I've been sick for that long tells me a lot about my immune system. Basically, long story short, it's not good. So I've been taking Airborne, I've been taking DXM, been taking expectorant, been taking all kinds of shit, extra vitamins, and yeah, I've been struggling. I don't know if it's my old age or what the hell's going on, but this thing's beating my fucking ass. Luckily, I think I sound okay. I don't think my voice is very fucked up, but yeah, don't get sick this summer because there's some nasty shit spreading around. We're probably
welcome back.
Anything else?
No, I think we're pretty close to the end.
I think we hit everything we wanted
I'd love
to talk about.
Get some viewer questions. Oh,
That'd be
our
cool.
love lives that was asked about.
Yeah, it was. Well, I kind of talked about that last time, and just as an update on that situation, it's totally done.
Done.
Yeah,
Nothing else?
It just ended, and then I sent a text last weekend out of nowhere after not talking for like 6 days. I sent a text, and it was like, remember when your friend didn't know Chris Kirkpatrick sang lead on Drive Myself Crazy and claimed to be a big NSYNC fan? She really exposed herself. So, I don't
You
know why.
sent that
Yes, I
text?
wrote that to her, yes. Uh-huh.
Nobody would have known that except us.
Any NSYNC fan should know that. That's like the only time he sings lead.
We should call somebody and ask them
If you don't know that, you're not a big NSYNC fan. She was acting like she was, and she said, yeah, Chris, he was a weirdo. He never even sang. And I said, oh, yeah, is that right?
Why don't you-
Because one of the biggest singles they had, Drive Myself Crazy, that was #1 on TRL, he sings lead the first verse. He does a great job, and there's a music video for it where you can see that.
I'd say, you think Schufelt's a big NSYNC fan?
Probably.
Call him right now and ask him if he knows it. Live on air.
I can't because my phone's recording us.
All right, I'll call him live on air. We can both.
You can't. It's hard to ask though because it's just ask him this. Have you ever? Are there any instances where anyone besides Justin or JC sing lead on any of
All right.
NSYNC's singles?
Here. Oh, he's blocking immediately.
Wow. Live call to Schufelt.
He's a working man. He's probably at work.
He's got 6 kids to take care of.
I got an idea. We're calling Tops.
He's not answering. Who?
Tops Friendly Markets. Let's ask
They're
them.
not going to be NSYNC fans. The
Let's-
kids that work
let's
there are
ask
like
'em.
16.
Tops Lockport. We're calling right
It's
now.
all young kids that work there.
It's
dude.
okay. Let's figure out if they know.
Hi, thanks for calling your Lockport Top Super Center located at 5827 South Transit Road.
Hate these automated menus.
For carry-out cafe, press 1. For bakery, press 2. For meat,
We're going
In
to
the carry-out cafe.
Yeah, let's do it.
moment, please.
These are always so exciting.
Lockport Tops Carrot Cafe, how can I help you?
Hey, quick question. Hey, I was in there earlier. Someone had an NSYNC shirt on. I don't know if you were the guy talking to her. You remember NSYNC?
Try to remember.
Yeah, the Justin Timberlake guy. There was a girl in there. I think it was you. I recognize your voice.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name's Laurent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. You're the guy. Who sang lead on "Drive Myself Crazy" by them? Was it Chris Kirkpatrick?
Are you a big NSYNC fan?
Wait, hold on. I can't quite understand you. What happened?
Are you a big fan of the boy band NSYNC?
I've heard of them, but
So do you know?
not
So
particularly, no.
do you know that mainly the two lead singers were Justin Timberlake and J.C. Chazé, right?
I suppose so.
Do you know any other time that any of the other three guys sang lead on any of their singles?
Nope,
It's
I
it's
can't
for a
say.
documentary, so
Okay.
Is anyone else working right now that's a big NSYNC fan?
No, I don't believe so. No, most of the people here are, in their 50s or
Backstreet
older.
Boys fans?
yeah.
They're old. They're older people that work there.
Should I try the bakery?
I mean, you could try the bakery.
All right.
Want me
Tell
to
you what,
transfer over there?
we'll try the Tops that's by Scapoletti's on the other side of town. I think I saw a couple NSYNC fans there.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for your
Thanks
help.
a lot,
You're very
Lawrence.
helpful.
No problem. You
All
have
right.
a good one.
Yep. Take care.
You too. Bye now.
All right. That didn't exactly work.
He was
out
a good
as planned.
sport, though.
Yeah, he was cool about it.
That was
He
pretty
wasn't a
funny,
dick.
actually.
Yeah, it's worked out good.
I didn't think he'd be. I'd hang up right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't be handling any of that bullshit.
What are you sighing about?
But then again, it's just a funny thing that we just did. But I also, like, you got to think about it. Pretend you're at work, right? You're behind the bar. You're working, shit's going on, and then you get a call that's actually kind of like entertaining. Why not play around with that a little bit?
It's pretty
Have fun.
funny.
Yeah.
I would love it.
I love how you
It's-
said a girl was wearing a shirt, and then it was like, oh no, it was you. I remember. Yeah, it was Laurent. It was him. He didn't give us much to work with, but
No,
whatever.
not really. But
But my point is, any NSYNC fan will know that there's only one time that they had someone else sing lead. Unlike the Backstreet Boys, who always had all the guys sing lead, there's only one instance on a single where another member sang lead. It was Chris Kirkpatrick, the very first verse of Drive Myself Crazy. You can check it right now. Check the video. They made a JC version, but the video that was on TRL and that was in rotation was the Chris Kirkpatrick version. That was the only time that ever happened. That's a fact. Her friend didn't know that. Her friend was pissed. Her friend also played I Want It That Way 3 times in a row. And I said, really? Another third time? And she was like, can you be patient, please? I was like, we've heard this 3 times.
I want it that way.
Yeah, I was like, this is the third time this
It's
is
not
played.
even one of their best songs.
And I was
in
like,
my
can
opinion.
you play track 1 off the self-titled album? Which is We've Got It Going On, and that's my favorite. And she didn't play it. So I already knew I was off to the wrong foot with this friend. Fuck her. She didn't know anything. She also, she brought up, her background was a picture of her with Nick Carter. And I said, oh, I like Nick Carter. He's not my favorite Backstreet Boy, but he is a huge Bucks fan. And they tried to tell me that he's a Bills fan, which I'm sure he is. But it's like he's known as a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. He wears the Hardy Nickerson jersey in the Everybody video. Long story short, do not fuck with me about this type of shit, all right? Backstreet Boys, NSYNC shit.
Yeah.
I've been a fan for the longest. I know my shit. Don't act like you're a big
They're
fan.
going in blind.
Right. They don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck they're talking about, so they were offended that I knew more than them. But either way, they're in the rearview mirror now. So
What
fuck
if that's why it ended?
them. Could be life.
It could be.
So yeah, that was
All right.
that.
Anyways, remember the giveaway. You can have this whole outfit.
Is anyone gonna want it?
Probably not, but it's just a funny
I
thing
want
to-
the hoodie, but I don't know about the full outfit.
Well, don't guess my mother's name. You're excluded from.
Oh, I'm not allowed to partake.
No.
right.
No. Yeah, no one's gonna want any of this, but it's something to put
Maybe
out there.
we'll come up with something that we can actually give away.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but something.
Yeah, let me look around.
Nothing in here, that's for sure.
All right, whatever. $5 prize.
Yes, $5 prize.
$5 or
gift
the outfit,
voucher.
whatever you'd like.
Yes.
$5 to your favorite.
$5 to the Tops Bakery.
Or, yes, to talk about NSYNC.
Yes, a lot of fans working there. So yeah, that's episode
This has
4,
been
I
a
think.
great podcast.
It's been amazing. One of our best
This
so
is
far.
definitely the best podcast we've ever done.
So it's been a pleasure, and we're just getting started. Just getting started. Y'all don't even know, man. So yeah, we did a little live Playmakers performance too, so we're the momentum's cooking up now. We're getting back into the flow. We're going to be in the studio soon, and week 5 will be coming to you next Tuesday night.
Don't forget about us.
100%. So
We want 200 views on this.
That'd be
200
sick.
views, the camera gets closer. Remember that.
Yep, it moves up
Eventually-
an inch for every 100 views.
An inch, yes.
Yep.
So once we're at 2 million views, it's going to be in us.
So we're happy to have you. We love you.
What's up, brother?
Let us know what you want, what you have to say, what your thoughts are. If you thought it was the best podcast ever, definitely mention that in the comments. Give
It's
it a
top
like.
5 of
Don't
all
forget to
time.
hit the like button, guy. No, it only takes a second. I know everybody says to do it, but it actually does help. It helps pushes it.
Smash
So
it.
Smash it. Hammer it like Thor. And hey, we'll be back, man. This is getting fun. We're starting to cook.
We're cooking.
So shit is going well.
He just mad I ain't bring him no food.
Ta. Yeah.
Harlan
so,
Williams, kill Tony. All right, thank you so
We'll be
much.
back.
We're both gonna
We love
get up,
you.
get in your face. Like
Bye-bye.
the chili peppers, bro.